America, France, Russia, or Poland? This one is decidedly international. Hey guys, Tom here. Welcome back to the Underground. Today we are going to talk about something that probably is the basis for every bar. There is basic ingredient, and that is vodka. That's right. Vodka is just like, I mean, take a look. You can see just the choices in vodka. Today we are going to see, we're going to do a little tasting with Tom. We're going to try a few different vodkas and see if it really matters. As you can see just by looking in front of me here, there is a myriad of choices when it comes to vodka. Flavored, straight, what they're made out of, and it's just amazing. I mean, this is the tip of the iceberg right here. But I want to get into a little bit about vodka, and then we're going to go and do a little bit of a tasting and see what's good. So let's start with a little bit of history. Vodka was first distilled in the 8th century by a guy named Geber, G-E-B-E-R. And what he did, he invented this process where he captured the vapors from wine, which is basically how you distill. You cook stuff and then the vapor comes off and it concentrates back in, and that's what you get. And they use this to produce perfumes. And then, it's not really sure when vodka moved to Russia, but by around 1430, this monk called Isidore, he created the first Russian vodka, and it was basically made for, it was called bread wines, or Polugar, P-O-L-U-G-R, and the way he made it was eventually outlawed by the Tsar in 1895. And then where vodka really changed was in the 18th century, when another Russian chemist named Theodor Lowitz. He's the guy that invented the process of charcoal filtering vodka to remove the impurities and just make vodka a better overall drink. And then this is where things get a little hairy, because as with everything, rich people screwed it up. The Russian excuse me, stand by. Sorry. The Russian aristocracy basically took over and monopolized vodka production. And this pissed people off. So this basically is said to be a major factor in the Bolshevik Revolution of 1917. That's right. People went to war over vodka and drinking. Things don't really change. People fight over alcohol all the time, or fight because of alcohol, I should say. And once this happened, a lot of the leading vodka producers, and particularly a guy named Vladimir Smirnov, quit, moved to America, came across the Atlantic, and he's credited with helping introduce vodka to the West. Now, what part did Poland play? The Polish word vodka can be traced back to 1405. And then in the 16th century, people in Poland were making their own vodka at home. Polish vodka is traditionally made from rye, but it was also made from potatoes. And as of today, there's over 130 distilleries that produce 320 million liters of vodka annually, using 420,000 tons of grains and 80,000 tons of potatoes. Now, vodka can basically be made out of anything containing a starch, whether that's grain, potatoes, sugar, corn, grapes. So there's a wide variety of vodka choices out there. But here's a little trivia for you. Before World War II, wherever vodka was made, that's where people drank it. But in 1941, with the creation of the Moscow Mule in the U.S., and we have a whole episode about the Moscow Mule. If you want to watch it, I'll link it. You can check it out. That's what revolutionized vodka's popularity and kind of swept across America. Like I said, vodka can be made with anything having a starch or sugar content. Basically, vodka is made with, it's called continuous column distillation. Basically, there's a big, long tube, and it just keeps going down, and different things happen. I'm not going to get into the whole science of it because that's not why you're here. But that's basically how it works. There's different styles of vodka. There's wheat vodka, which is said to be subtle, biscuity, with maybe a little anise in it. Rye vodka, zesty and spicy with a bread flavor. Barley vodka, light, clean, and crisp. And then potato vodka, which they say is a little denser and creamier. And here is a myth about vodka. Vodka is tasteless and odorless. That's not true. Good vodka can have hints of sweetness and creaminess, and sometimes even peppery. So let me clean all this up, and then we'll get into tasting some vodkas. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about tasting vodka. Now, this is just water, by the way. If you are going to drink vodka, and let me preface all this by saying, I'm not really a vodka drinker, so this will be rather objective. Someone, let's go. Okay, so before we just get into tasting vodka, let's talk a little bit about how to taste it. And I want to preface this by saying I am not a vodka drinker, so I drink vodka, but I'm not like I don't go out and drink martinis and whatnot. So I will be an unbiased opinion. Now, if you're going to drink vodka, you favor vodka, whatever, you just drink it straight or neat or whatever, throw it in the freezer because you want to drink vodka jet cold. But if you are going to taste vodka, have a tasting, do it at room temperature because cold dulls flavors and the room temperature vodka will be kind of more open to your palate. Now, there's things you want to look for when you're tasting vodka. There's the appearance of the vodka. Oh, and by the way, if you're having a tasting of anything, whether it be whiskey, vodka, wine, if you're having like a tasting party, you can make yourself little tasting cards, or I'm sure you can download them. If you want, you can send me a message and I'll send you the file that I have for the little cards I made up. And the things you want to consider when tasting vodka is first the look. Hold it up to either the light or like a plain, white piece of paper. Check the appearance. Give it a swirl, but don't be overly aggressive with it. Is it thick? Does it cling to the glass? Like with wine, the legs of the liquid. How clear is it? And when you're checking and swirling, remember, if it's got really thick, viscous legs, that is a sign that there could be some added sugar. Not necessarily a bad thing, it's just something you want to look for. Some ways to describe vodka. Thin or heavy legs, oily, clear, polished. Does it have a sheen? They're all very subjective things. Next, the old nose test. Get your nose in there. It should, let's see. You have to remember, your taste is predominantly controlled by your smell. So you want to get some air in it, see how there's an off smell, whatever. And another thing to consider, if your vodka has a cork closure, your bottle has a cork closure, you have to be aware of something called cork taint. And what this is there's a compound called trichloroanisole, TCA. And what this is, you'll smell it and it'll smell like a musty basement or old newspaper. And this, it's not going to hurt you, but the vodka is pretty much NG and you just want to 86 it at that point. Does the vodka smell creamy, peppery? Does it smell like whiskey? These are all things that you want to consider. And then finally, the taste. Taste the vodka. Now, when it's just like when you're tasting wine. You want to prepare your palate. I mean, just for the sake of argument, pretend this is vodka. It's not, it's water. But you want to prepare your palate. Put some in there. You coat your palate with it. And then you go right back in and get another taste. That way it really opens up the flavor. It gets you a fuller appreciation of the whole overall experience of that flavor of the vodka. And if you have time, we're not going to do that today, but you can taste it. Leave it sit 15, 20 minutes and then go back and taste it again, because the air opens up the vodka. It's just kind of like wine. Air opens it up. And especially if you drink vodka on ice, the water has an effect on the flavor. And it's just kind of similar to whiskey. A little bit of water does actually help the flavor of the vodka. Not a ton of water, maybe about 25% water to the amount of vodka. So like I said, vodka is made with all kinds of different things. And we're going to taste some vodkas. We could taste all the vodka I have here, but we'd be here. This would be a 10-part mini-series. So what I did, I stopped at the liquor store and I got 5 little nips for us to taste. They are, I mean, they're a good representation of different styles and types of vodka. And as we go through, I will tell you, so this is a blind tasting. They're lined up here, but these glasses behind it, I've already poured them, mixed them up. I don't know which one's which. We'll decide at the end which we like better. And then as a little bonus, I'm going to put that up against like a micro distillery vodka from America that I got for my birthday from my sister-in-law and brother, Greg and Mary Kay. Greg is the brother, Mary Kay is his sister-in-law. And we'll see how that stacks up to the winner of our taste test. Now, on my tasting card, I have appearance, aroma, taste, and finish. That's reasonable. And we're going to grade them 1 to 5 and see which one we like best. Okay, well, we'll just use that as a guide, but we're probably not going to be able to mark that down because this is blind, so I can't really label them. Well, I guess I could. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So let's start. We'll go left to right. My left, is that my left? Yeah, it'll be your right. And we'll see how these are. So I'll just tell you what the ones we're going to taste here first. We have Smirnoff, which I have, let's see. Smirnoff is made, I did remember looking at this. Smirnoff is actually made in many countries. It was originally, obviously, from Russia, but it is now produced in many countries, and it is a grain base. This is Tito's. Tito's is American, and that's made out of corn. Absolute is from Sweden. That's winter wheat. It's this one. Stoli is from Russia and Latvia. That's wheat and rye. And then finally, New Amsterdam, which is from the United States, and that is grain. It's probably like a mixed grain, corn, rye, wheat, whatever they happen to have. But some of your other, I'm not going to go through all this. If we could talk about this more at another time if you like. But let's get into the tasting. Okay, first, like I said, we're going to go left to right. Now, these all look pretty, like I said, I don't know the first thing about, before I start, this is actually like a beer flight glass that I got. A traditional vodka glass would be kind of like this. It's like a whiskey Glencairn glass, but it would probably have a big stem on it. So if you made like a Franken glass out of a stemmed glass and this Glencairn glass, you'd have a vodka glass. But I only had 4 Glencairn glasses, so I use these glasses. It's kind of this similar, it's bowl shaped, whatever. So this one, I'm gonna put my glasses back on. I mean, it's clear. They're all pretty clear. I mean, it's got some legs. I mean, this just smells like lighter fluid. It's a little sweet. Bernie. That's kind of sweet. I would say peppery because you do feel it on your tongue, like the alcohol burn. It's not unpleasant. Well, we'll do it a different way. So I mean, they're all pretty clear. I'm not gonna see, this one really doesn't have any legs at all. It has that same rubbing alcohol smell as the other one. Much smoother, not as sweet. See, that one had the legs, so I think there's some sugar in it. So far I like this one. That one, it's not as peppery, it's not as harsh, not as sweet. Again, no real legs to speak of. This doesn't smell as rubbing alcohol-y. This one's better. I like this one better. This is much smoother than that one even. So it's just, I think a lot has to do with the filtration. I actually saw a test once where they took really good vodka and they took crap vodka. And they basically took the crap vodka and put it through like one of those charcoal water filters, like a Brita filter. And they did that like 10 times. And they had 10 different samples plus the really good vodka. And it was weird. Like this vodka expert tasted them and ranked them how he liked them. And I'll be darned if he didn't go 1 through 10 with each filtration, and then the best one being the really good vodka. So I guess it's really just a matter of the filtration of how the vodka turns out. See, I mean, this, except for the first one, they were all really legless. See, this one is less rubbing alcohol than this one. That's got an afterburn. Excuse me. This third one is still the best. So far, this is my least. These two I have to revisit. And then let's do this last one here. So let me cleanse a little bit. This has almost no rubbing alcohol aroma whatsoever. This one is smooth, very little bite at the end, the aftertaste. But I actually think, yeah, I think I like this one. So let's go so far. 1, 2, this is 5. I think that's my ranking. Should we see what they are? This one is, okay. This one is New Amsterdam. Actually, let's pull them back so we don't make a mess somewhere. New Amsterdam, what they say, a product of the US, I think. This one. Wow. That's surprising. This one is Absolute. Excuse me. I'm going to be... Oh, wow. This one is Tito's. Get the frig out of here. Stoli, and you got to be kidding me. The one I like best is Smirnoff? Wow, shows you that I know nothing about vodka. It's just very, I mean, it doesn't taste like anything to me. Maybe that's why I like it, because it doesn't, I don't know. So we like Smirnoff. Now, I have this one that I got for my birthday. Now see, this one is corked. So you would have to watch this after a while to make sure you don't have anything, because this would be subject to that cork taint that we talked about. If I can get the thing open. Oh, here it is right here. There we go. Okay, this is like my ODC, OCD. I got to get all the plastic off. You like that? Like when you peel the foil off like the peanut butter, the mayo or something, you got to get it all off. Okay, so a little bit about this. It actually came with a little booklet. This is a little distillery called, I mean, they're not paying me to do this, although they could if they want. Black Draft Distillery in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Now, they apparently make a lot of stuff. They make, so a booklet tells you all about their people here. They make bourbon. They make rye, vodka. And we're going to talk about the vodka. I'm just going to read it right to you. Black Draft Vodka has emerged as one of the region's most popular spirits. Our American vodka is odorless, colorless, incredibly versatile, and continues to outpace the competition. Its sales, smoothness, and satisfaction. It's handcrafted from the artisanal waters from historic Berkeley Springs in West Virginia that actually hosts the renowned annual International Water Tasting Competition. Oh, that's pretty cool. So this should be interesting. Thanks, guys. It only took me this long to try your vodka. Oh, he gives you a little sticker. Ooh. Okay, so ooh. It doesn't smell like. Comes with a cool little burlap sack. This, it smells nothing of alcohol. Even less so than this. Wow. I'm not saying this because it was a gift. I'm not saying this because anybody's telling me to say this. This is actually better than all these. I could drink this straight. Just throw an ice cube or two in it, no problem. You know it's alcohol. What is the percentage on this? I would say probably around 80 proof. Yeah, so it's about 40%. Well, if it's 80 proof, it's not about 40%, it is 40%. But I mean, this is not the slightest bit harsh. It's smooth. It's not sweet. I mean, it's a slight tinge of sweetness, which kind of, I think, just mellows out the harshness. Wow. And I think because you can see, because as I drink it and put it back, it does have a little bit of legs. That is really nice to drink. Good job, Black Draft guys. Wow, that's yeah. These all have a bite. This has nothing, no bite whatsoever. Now, if you want bite, don't drink this. Drink one of these. But wow. Yeah, well done, Backdraft. Good job. Good job on the vodka. Now, let me clean this up, and then what would we'll see how this, our winner, serves this in a cocktail. So stick around. Okay, so what we're gonna do with our new favorite vodka here. Wow, I'm gonna have to see if I can get this around here. If not, see, okay, this one's corn. So that's probably where you get the little extra sweetness. Wow, this is, I can't, so I'm gonna make a drink that just kind of celebrates the vodka. Not a big martini guy. You could. So I am going to make a gimlet, a vodka gimlet. And so my version of a vodka gimlet is gonna be, it's not gonna be a big one. So how about just about 2 ounces of vodka. About ½ ounce of lime juice. And if you want, and I'm just going to, just for S&G here, just the slightest touch of sugar. That probably didn't do anything, but tough crap. Give it a little stir around. Put our nice vodka away. I mean, I'm just going to use this glass. It's not chilled. It probably should be, but I didn't plan ahead. Do I have a lime in here? I don't even have a lime in here. So we're not even going to have a garnish on this. This is going to be pure and simple. Doesn't even fill that glass, but that's all right. Cheers to vodka and all the fun that it gives us. Congratulations to Backdraft Distillery. Beat out some heavyweights, at least according to us. So before we get into this, I want to know, what is your favorite vodka? Would you like us to try this some more? I mean, I got some more I could try. I got Chopin, I got Kettle One, I got Belvedere, I got Grey Goose, I got Vox. Do we have any others? But if there's others you want to see us try, or any other taste tests, I have another one coming up to see. Just let me know. There's always room for you to tell me your opinion in the comments. Always welcome. Don't forget, subscribe, comment, like, share. All those things are really helpful to us here at the Underground, and keeps us going strong, lets us make more of these episodes for you, and have some fun along the way. So without further ado, cheers to you. Oh, I never said it. Ready, drink. Cheers to you guys for always stopping by and having some fun with me. And let's see how Black Draft makes a gimlet, vodka gimlet. Don't pour it on yourself. I think I got too much lime, or it might actually be old lime. Not bad. Not bad at all. So guys, let me know what you think. Do you like tasting with Tom? I kind of do. I like learning new things I didn't know before. It's really fun. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed our little experiment today. More to come down the way. So be sure to subscribe, turn on the notifications. That way, when the bar's open, you'll be notified and you can come hang out with us and have a good time. And until I see you again, remember, I'll save a seat at the bar for you. Cheers.